Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Senior Manager, Brand Marketing, Victoria Keshenjay.
How about another round of applause for our special guests, Penn and Teller? Were they awesome or what? I love it. I love it. You guys look good too. The journey home is a familiar route. And for Coldwell Banker, it's always paved in blue. Coldwell Banker is home to dreamers. Coldwell Banker is home to just one more. And Coldwell Banker is home to no limits. But most importantly, Coldwell Banker is home to all of you, the greatest real estate network in the world. It's each of you that make this big blue house a home, with your passion, your drive, and your stories. So these are the stories of just 3 members of Gen Blue. Our first story starts a bit like a fairy tale. We like to think that Coldwell Banker is the most magical place on earth, and for one member of Gen Blue, that could not be more true. Joe Piccinini with Coldwell Banker Bauhaus Realty always had a wild imagination, but his story is one not even Walt Disney could dream up.
Joe has always been a dreamer. Growing up, he wanted to be a Disney Imagineer. When he was 14, Joe wrote an email to Disney proclaiming his intention. In return, he got a sketchbook and a handwritten letter from Disney's chief Imagineer. He encouraged Joe to find his passion and follow his dream. So he did. His last semester of college, Joe got his real estate license. He's a real estate agent at Coldwell Banker Bauhaus Realty Group in Southampton, New York. Last year, Joe wrote the chief Imagineer another email, thanking him for encouraging him to follow his dream. He concluded the email saying, "Hopefully one day, we'll meet." 6 months later, a couple walked into Bauhaus Realty. They wanted to see some properties. Joe asked the guy what he did for a living. The guy said he had just retired, but he used to be Disney's chief Imagineer. The past had come full circle, and a few weeks later, Joe found the couple a beautiful home. Disney Imagineers turn dreams into reality. Joe does the same at Coldwell Banker.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Joe Piccinini to the stage.
Thank you so much.
Come on up here. Take it all in. So,
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Joe, I asked you to bring your Imagineering notebook with you.
I got it.
It's what every Imagineer gets on his first day on the job. And I want to know, what's something that you've put in there that has changed or influenced your real estate business?
So, first of all, thank you so much. You're all so beautiful. I mean, thank you all so much. One thing, I mean, it's a number of things. I wanted to be a Disney Imagineer because I wanted to create experiences for people.
Right.
But that's what we do every day in this business. That's what we do, and I'm just so grateful to be here.
Well, I understand that we can make another dream of yours come true today. Is that right?
We did talk about that.
So what was that dream that you want to come true?
You
You want to tell a joke.
I've never told a joke this in front of this many people.
It's a little bit of pressure.
It's a little nerve-wracking, but the good thing is I can't see anybody, so it's okay.
There you go. So let's hear it.
Do they want to hear it? Okay.
Okay, let's go, right? We want to hear the joke.
All right, this is a joke. This is a joke especially crafted for Gen Blue. It's not an original joke, but it doesn't matter. I read it somewhere on the internet, but I'm going to tell it to all of you. You ready for the joke?
Yeah.
What is blue and not heavy?
I got no idea.
Light blue.
I'm so glad we could make that dream happen for you, but maybe you want to stick to real estate.
That's a good idea. Thank you.
Well, Joe, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you.
We do have a little token of our appreciation for sharing your story. Ryan, would you help me out here? So we know you have the Imagineering notebook, but when that one is full, we hope that you will fill this Coldwell Banker notebook
my
up
gosh.
with your next hopes and dreams.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Let's hear it for Joe.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
So our next story is about our very own rock star. For J.J. Jaggers, enough is never enough. Going above and beyond comes naturally to her in every aspect of her life. So much so that the passion she has for her work even has a tagline.
If I take the time to do one more thing, I might be able to turn someone's day around, she says. Just one more. That's JJ's motto. She earned a master's degree while working part-time at a department store as a single mom. She takes her dog Bubbles into town every Saturday. Bubbles is hard of hearing and nearly blind. The sounds, the smell of the cafes make Bubbles happy, so she does it. She spends nearly every week on the road, driving hours each day, just to be face-to-face with her clients. One more mile. One more walk around the block. One more opportunity to lend a hand. As a brand ambassador for Coldwell Banker Brokers and Agents, JJ makes time every day for just one more. It's more than just a saying. It's a compass we all can follow.
Please give a warm welcome to J.J. Jaggers. JJ, welcome to the Gen Blue stage.
Thank you. It's a lot of people here.
It is, it is. So I want to know, what's the inspiration behind your motto, just one more?
You know, Tori, I would love to say, because it makes a compelling story, that there was a moment or an event that caused me to believe that service was important. But the reality is that it wasn't an inspiration, it's the expectation. It is the way I grew up. And my family, we just believed that you went out of your way to help someone else, and that has just carried on as a legacy for us.
Well, I know many of the clients that you service are here today, so
125 of them.
that's wonderful, wonderful. So big thank you for being here. I want to know one more thing. So just one more. If you had just one more hour in the day, what would you do with it?
You know, with one more hour, I would become an ambassador for NORD. Now, most of you don't know what NORD is, so I'm going to tell you. NORD is the National Organization for Rare Disorders. The video mentioned my daughter, but what it doesn't mention is that my daughter was born with Marcus Gunn jaw-wink syndrome and Duane syndrome. And the odds are no one but me knows what either one of those things is in the room. This organization brings awareness to rare diseases. And what makes a disease or a condition rare is that it affects less than 200,000 people in the United States.
Wow.
But there's 7,000 of them. So when you think about Marcus Gunn jaw-wink syndrome, you'll never meet anyone, unless you meet my daughter, who has that. But if you think about all 7,000 and you put them together, 1 in 10 Americans, 2/3 of them being children, are affected by these disorders. So I think it would be really important to bring awareness to this and, just help parents understand how to raise resilient children when they have these conditions. So I would become an ambassador for NORD.
You are an inspiration, girl.
Thank you.
I hope you find that one more hour in the
looking
day.
for it.
I really do. Well, we have a little token of our appreciation for sharing your beautiful story with us. Ryan, my Vanna. So we know how near and dear your dog Bubbles is to your heart. Oh, you're gonna make me cry now. And the Homes for Dogs project is a very important thing to us. So we wanted you to leave with this.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, JJ Jaggers.
She is the cutest dog ever.
She is, she is.
Thank you.
All right, I gotta pull it together now. We have one more story to do, guys. So our last story highlights a member of Gen Blue for whom the word no is just not in her vocabulary. Breaking down barriers wherever she goes, Sabrina Cohen with Coldwell Banker Residential Real Estate in Miami, Florida, aims to make life a day at the beach for all.
Sabrina likes to be near the ocean. She's a beach girl at heart. She was born and raised here, lives here, works here. Sabrina is a real estate agent at Coldwell Banker Residential Real Estate in Miami Beach. When she was 5, she told her mom she'd be famous. Not like pop star famous, famous for changing people's lives in a positive way. It took her a long time to come back here, to overcome barriers society can be blind to. Frustrated, she vowed to change it. Accessibility became her cause. As a real estate agent, philanthropist, and community activist, Sabrina dedicates her life to giving people with mobility issues barrier-free access to the stuff we take for granted. She locates and lists properties with in-home modifications and smart home technology tailored to assist anyone with physical disabilities. She works with the city of Miami Beach on projects to create access where none existed. She removes barriers between dependence and self-reliance, between spaces that alienate and spaces that welcome everyone. There's no limit to what she can do.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Sabrina Cohen. So, Sabrina, I understand you are live streaming this from your Facebook account right now.
I sure am.
You sure are.
I am.
So, ladies and gentlemen, will you please give Facebook a big Gen Blue hello? Woo! Sabrina, thank you so much for being here today.
Of course, what an honor.
I want to know, so I know your community service really inspired your dream of becoming a real estate agent. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. So at the young age of 14 years old, my life basically changed in an instant. I was involved in a car accident, and I basically, just life was changed in a second.
Right.
And I jumped into the world of advocacy and giving back to the community, and started working with my city to make it more inclusive and more accessible. And then on a beautiful sunny day, this was about 10 years into starting my nonprofit organization, I was with a friend at the beach, and it was so gorgeous, and I just wanted to get near the water's edge. And he looked at me and he said, "Sabrina, don't do it." And I said, "I'm gonna do it." So I rolled into the sand, which is a barrier for anybody with a disability in a wheelchair, and I got stuck in the sand. And while I was humiliated, I did kind of enjoy the 4 handsome men that helped me get out of the sand. But I paused for a moment and I thought, we could do better. And I approached my city of Miami Beach and I said, what more can we do? And so fast forward 4 years later, and a lot of lobbying with the city and politics. And I basically started a one-of-a-kind accessible beach program that caters to people with all types of disabilities, seniors, veterans, children with special needs, to provide access into the ocean. Next week, we have a ribbon-cutting ceremony for a first-of-a-kind adaptive playground for kids. The program is going strong, and I'm currently in a contract, a management agreement to build the first in the state of Florida, in the country, possibly all over the world, adaptive recreation center.
That's
And
incredible.
thank you. Through my social media efforts, people from all over the country and all over the world started sending me messages saying, you know, with their own disabilities, hey, Sabrina, we'd love to live in a sunny state. We'd love to go to the beach. Can you help us? And I was like, yeah, I think I could do that. Yeah.
So what do you love most about your job?
So what I love most about joining Coldwell Banker 2 years ago, and I'd love to give a quick shout out to Nancy Corey, my branch manager. Where is she? There she is, front row. When I approached Nancy 2 years ago, she basically finished my sentence. I said, I have a vision, and I think we could do more to create a market here to serve people with disabilities and find them homes and a comfortable place to live. And she got it. And so what I love about this is that coming from a world of nonprofit, there's no different in the real estate world. We get to help people. And I love that. And I love the fact that I can develop a market where perhaps they haven't had a lot of attention. So I'm very proud and eager to do that and make Coldwell Banker proud. So
Well, you are doing wonderful things.
thank you.